Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Winning Ways. I'm Stephanie Solomon, your host. And I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to the 12 Days of Forgiveness. Can you believe it? I'm halfway through. Halfway through. This is day 6. And I'm telling you, these days are moving extremely quickly. And before I get into the message for this moment, I want you, if you are on, let me see, I have to put my glasses on to make sure that I am looking at this correctly. Banner brand. And just that quick, I lost everything, right? Well, if you are on the Facebook side, I need you to not just inbox me. I love you inboxing me and telling me what you like about the podcast and whatever messages. I love it. But also, if it's not too personal, I get it. If you wouldn't mind putting up a comment or sharing and liking, these platforms love to see engagement. All right. So if you feel comfortable, put your comment out there as well on both the YouTube and the Facebook platform. And if you're on the YouTube side of things, I am really trying to populate that particular media platform. Please subscribe if you really like, you know, if you really like what you see, what you hear. All right. Okay, we're going to get right into it for day 6. Here we go. I come across this often as a concern with some of my clients. Forgiving your financial abuser, your sexual abuser, your sibling abuser, emotional abuser, your physical abuser, that family bully, that workplace bully, the bully at school, any type of abuser does not mean that because you have forgiven him, her, or them, it doesn't connote or denote that you guys have to be friends, have to be hugging all up. You know how in grade school you get into a little scuffle with someone, and the adults in the room tell you to hug, like that makes it all right. And inside you're harboring, I'm scared of this person still, or I still don't like this person. But there's this thing, we see it on talk shows like Jerry Springer, whatever. Oh, everybody makes up on the show after arguing and with a hug. That is not realistic. There are layers of things that need to be worked out of dysfunction. So a forgiving does not mean that we have to be besties, best friends, any of that. That is something that is very concerning, especially when people's abusers are in circles. Are in shared circles. See, we can share organizations together. We can have an organizational. Who was that? Dennis. Hey there, Dennis. All right, all right, all right. We can share the same organization. We can, organizationally, but we don't share the same experiences. We can even be related genetically, but not experientially. Did you hear what I just said? We can be related, have the same DNA, grow up in the same house, attend the same school, be in the same classroom, attend the same church, live in the same community, but do not share the same experiences. Be careful with that. And that is where I've had that conflict. I have had that conflict. Just because we do share something doesn't mean that we're necessarily on the same page. Now, I'm not saying this makes one of us better or less than the other, by no means, because none of us are better than the other. Now, what I am saying is be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, as the scriptures tell us. We don't have to hang with people because we forgive them. And especially people who have not shown, like I had someone say to me, well, how long does a person have to wear the scarlet symbol of, that they've done something wrong and what have you. How long do they have to get punished? I said, well, it's really not for us to punish them. That's it's really not our place. No, it's not. But some people change, some do not. We have to be wise enough and discerning enough to know if a person needs to be, how close they need to be to us and the things that belong to us. And when I say the things that belong to us, I'm talking about our children. If you have people in your family who not only may be molesters, pedophiles, got to be careful using these words on air, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Or just manipulative, toxic, mean people. Um, don't put your children in those spaces who can't defend themselves psychologically or even physically against some of these things, these behaviors. Um, don't put people in your space, not just with your children, but your resources, your projects, your things that you're working on. Be careful how you bring them into your spaces with with the things that belong to you. All right. So you can still choose to deal with them, but be guided in how to deal with them, because only the Lord knows their heart, and the Lord knows if they are putting in the work to change to become a better person. And that better person will be the person that pleases God. All right. So he knows that. And so be very wise. Don't allow people to run that game on you that you ought to be. That's your sorority sister, that's your fraternity brother, that's your mother, that's your father, that's your guardian, that's your relative, that's your brother, your sister, and they don't have your best interest. They don't anchor you. They are not safe spaces for you. And see, a lot of times when people say those things, these are people who have accepted their plight. They may have the same condition. Their personality couldn't handle being away. They haven't learned to adjust themselves accordingly. Or they just may have very healthy work, not perfect. No family or group, organization or person is perfect. They just may have a healthy atmosphere, and they can't fathom what you are contending with. You have to contend with. They can't fathom it. So don't allow people to put you in spaces where you don't belong. I just watched Club Shay Shay, which I watch and I like. Yeah, yeah. All my life. And then all my life. Okay, let me get back. Let me get back. Okay. But I like his show, and he had Kirk Franklin on recently. And Kirk Franklin has an amazing story, so relatable to many of us, me included. And what I was hoping was that, Club Shay Shay was alluding to telling Kirk what to do. Kirk needs to do what the Holy Spirit tells him to do, not with someone else who sees it from who can't even relate to what that feels like, who didn't have that experience telling him what to do. Be careful, because everyone's parent is not like your parent. You had a great parent, and this is not to be bashing, but everyone's mother, father is not you're like your mother or father. Negative, positive, or in between. So don't assume that by trying to tell people what they ought to do, because what you could be responsible for is someone admiring you so much and being at a vulnerable state that they do what you tell them to do and become re-traumatized. And that's on you. So be careful how you give advice and try to play clinician. Even professionals, clinicians, which I am not, clinicians are very careful because they study the actual client to see if he or she or they are ready to enter in certain spaces or certain rooms. So be careful with that. So I just want to say, guard yourself in a way that you are not forced, coerced, manipulated back into traumatizing, triggering spaces. Protect yourselves. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. That was quick, wasn't it? All right, all right. Day 6, Yes, day 6, and we are moving right along. This is very, very quick. If you would like a one-on-one session with me, my organization is my company is called Evolve for Life, and I would love to work with you or just to have a free consultation to see if we are a good fit. One or the other is a good fit, and we can work things out, okay? So that you could get the support and the help that you need during these trying times. All right, just log on to my website. It's located there, www.stephanieersolomon.com. All right, Lord willing, I will see you tomorrow for day 7 of the 12 days of forgiveness. Take care and have a great night.